Good morning, and we're starting our section hike that's going to last over the next year of the Midstate Trail. You can see the Midstate Trail is marked out in kilometers here at 526 kilometers from right here at the state line of Pennsylvania and New York, all the way down to the Maryland state line. There's no sign-in box up here. I'm actually going to be hiking the Midstate Trail Sobo, section hiking it. But let me give you an idea of what it looks like up here. The Midstate Trail actually runs along this dirt road for a while. Up here in the north part of the trail, it seems like they follow a lot of roads to get you going. But as you can see, there's the Midstate Trail. I was standing in New York, and now I'm in Pennsylvania, and on the opposite side they utilized the continuing trail for the Crystal Hills Trail, which runs up into New York, up to the Finger Lake Trails system. And all this is part of the new the Great Eastern Trail line that runs all the way from upstate New York all the way down to, I believe, Florida now. But here we are. If you ever come up here, it's off a State Line Road and Hefner Hollow Road. You can see the Midstate Trail. Well, there's the last one. If you're a northbound hiker, there's the last blaze. That orange blaze right there would get you here. Therefore, that one right there is the first one for any southbounder coming through here. So let me see if I can flip this camera around and we'll begin our hike. So let's begin our journey together. So now I got my little slack pack on right now because my vehicle is actually parked down at Kineski Lake, and I'm going to be doing basically I'm going to cover the whole section over the next couple days, and I'm going to break it up in a couple videos for you out there viewing. I'm not going to film too much of this upper part for the main reason you can see it's just going to be dirt walking for right now, but we'll do a little walk down the road for right now. And see what it looks like. It's a little overcast this morning. But a little bit of raindrops, but rather be out here. You can hear it starting to rain already. I'd rather be out here on a rainy day or even a cold day just to be out here hiking. Alright, well, that's what we're going to do for right now. So, if I come across any deer or anything worth mentioning, I will tune on in, and I'll get back to you, and I'll basically catch up to you in a little bit. Alright, we're almost down to the road. I see the road down here at the end of, I believe they call it Hefner or Heifer Hollow Road. Heifer, yep. Hefner Hollow Road. And it intersects with Bliss Road right here. You can see that. Let's see if we can get a good shot up there. And that's Bliss Road right there. And it looks like where you got a car coming. Looks like we crossed the road right here. And the sun's starting to come out, which is good. It was raining back there just a little bit. We're almost getting down to the pickup truck. The offices haven't opened yet here this morning, so I have to find out where I'm allowed to park it for the next 2 days. So you can see what we're looking like out here, what we're working with. Nothing too exciting, just walking on the road right now. And up here you can see we're coming across a turn. For you those that are new to hiking, whenever you see a double blaze like that right there, it means that you're going to be making a turn. So let's jump this guardrail here. Look at that, there's a, oh, that just flew away. A little butterfly. Enter this little farm field, entering the recreations area up here at, I believe this is Kineski Lake. Well, here's probably our first view of the day. Coming up here. And what I'm going to do is use this little border marker, this little blaze that you see right here, I just came up to, as my stopping point, because I need to head over where that American flag is to the offices, and also find out where I can stash my truck for the next 2 days. But yeah, here's that view I was saying behind me. I don't know if you can see the lake, but let me see here. Hopefully y'all can see that lake in the background. If not, we'll get some views of the lake later on. But as of right now, we're gonna stop right here, get the vehicle taken care of, and we'll rejoin you right here. All right, talk to you later. Alright, here we go, folks. We got the truck now in place. You can see there's the ranger station, and we're gonna head not too far. We got parking pretty close to where we need to be, back on the Midstate Trail. Now, we're gonna go right back up to that same marker here. I'm gonna always try to do my very best to be 100% a purist on a section hike. So I'm gonna always try to record where the last marker is so I can go right back to it. I know it's gonna be kind of difficult at times doing a section hike versus a through hike, but here we go. Here's that same marker, and there's the lake right here. Let's see if I can get that steady for you. I'll record for a little bit. Don't want to make this too long because I got about 15 miles to do today. But I'll try to give you this view right here. We're on a little bubble. There's another marker. And yes, we will be camping tonight. And I will do another video down the road about what's in my pack. I want to see what I have going right now, and then if I make any changes along the way. I'm actually doing this filming on my iPhone, so I have a GoPro knockoff actually in the mail right now, coming to me. Emily's not on the road, on the trail with me today, and Bay's not on the trail with me. It's just me solo. So, but they'll be catching up with me on Saturday night. They'll be hiking with me on Sunday. All right, looks like we have another little turn right here. All right, well, we're getting out of that field, and you can see we're making our way for the first time into the woods on the trail. You can see that they have a freshly blazed marker right there on the tree, and looks like we're going to be, well, let me get out sun here so you can actually see. Going to be headed down this way across around the lake. So I'm going to put some miles on here, and when I get to a view, I'll sign back in. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, I just came down this section of the trail, and you can generally see the lake right there, Kineski Lake. But the reason why I stopped, I came across a railroad crossing sign, and it says many trains whistle down these tracks carrying supplies and cargo like lumber, leather, bark, coal, agricultural products to the industrial towns, possibly the Penn Central, which ran from Lawrenceville through Nelson, Elkland, Westfield, and on to Cottersport, and then down to Baltimore and Ohio, which ran from Addison, New York to Nelson, PA, and up and down the Kineski Valley. They're the last two companies to use these tracks. After many years of use, these lines were stopped operating in 1972 when Hurricane Agnes flooded, washed out the sections of the tracks and the bridges. So I guess right here, back 72, almost 44 years ago. Yeah, 44 years ago, there was a railroad. So you never know what you're gonna come across on the Midstate Trail. I guess a railroad crossing which is now the middle of the woods. All right, I'll pick up with you later on. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, here we are. I'll try to follow along right here with me, and you can see this side of the bank right here, right down here, all the way up here, and I came up, and the trail gets back on the road across the other side of the lake. This is the only way you get across the lake, is going across this bridge right here. So I just went to film this little portion so you can see you come up here to get across the lake, because that was a question of mine, like, so how are we gonna get across here? And, well, we found out here. Well, so far this morning I scooped up a couple deer, and that was about it. You can see it's not raining anymore. The trail was extremely wet though. Beautiful skies. Still a little bit of gray clouds here and there, but still a beautiful day, nice and cool. And there we go. Saying hello there. We got our way back onto the trail. And come on, people. I mean, seriously. You know, as soon as you get on the trail, there's beer bottles. You can see the trails here on the Midstate Trail, they are overgrown. Give you an idea, that's why I wear the dry fits. Because of the overgrown brush and ticks and bugs. So I just add like a little protection barrier between me and what I'm walking into and walking through. We'll get down here to the bottom here. And I'll finish up with a little video here. Looks like there's an old road that I'll be walking on, but you can see it takes you right there. Let's get you a view here. After that little road walk, let's extend my pole up above. Well, it looks like I'm headed this way, so I'll pick it up later on. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, we just came out of the woods. We're, of course, hiking Midstate Trail, just in case if anybody forgot. But we went around the lake. Earlier this morning, we were on the opposite side of the lake, and I just want to show a little view of what's going on. I have a feeling we're going to be pretty shortly. I'll show you. We're headed this way, and I feel pretty shortly we're going to end up going up here across the road and up that way. So just want to tune in, show you a little bit. I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Well, just came out up from the boat launch area where down by the lake where I was just filming. Came up here, and this is the final view of the lake here. We've gone around it. You can see straight across there. Well, you can see across there, that's where we started. Up in New York State, came down, made our way around the lake, and down here, headed across the street over here, and headed up on out. Alright, so I'm going to let you go, and I'll talk to you later. Well, we made it up across the street. I just wanted to show you this. I'm walking up this road right here, but look at this. This is so neat. You can see all the different layers of earth. Pretty cool. But I just wanted to share that with you. You can see that one sediment line right there. I think they say that was from the old glacial lake that used to sit here, and that's where the bottom of the glacial lake actually sat on that line. I might be wrong, but if I find out, or if anybody knows, leave a comment below. All right, I'll there you go. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, you can see I made it up G Hollow Road, and see the two blazes right there? Looks like we're going to be making a left right here. We'll go see what's going on. There's a blocked off road, as you can see right here. See if we can pick up the blazes somewhere in here. Well, coming up this road right here that we just turned off of, found a nice little old creek bed right here. There's some water down there, but I'm good. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, I just came up here and you can see that creek still below me, and to my dismay, there's just no words, you know, there's no words for this. As you can see, it's just, there's actually a toilet, tires, and all that is just beer cans. And I'm not going to try to curse or say bad stuff on my videos, but you can just imagine what's going through my head here. It's just really disgraceful. Come on, people. Well, just came across the registry up here on the Midstate Trail, where you can sign in, and the book is back in there. And if you want to see what I wrote, well, get out here and come out and find out what I wrote in there for yourself. All right, talk to you later. Not too far away from Scenic Campground. That's where I'll be spending the night. Talk to you later. Well, just coming out of the woods, here's a beautiful view. And this is what the trail's looking like right here. So now you know why I'm wearing these long pants, because it's thick. So there's the view. Beautiful. Okay, I'll catch up to you later. Bye. Well, I just came up over this hill, and I'm going to be walking down this hill, but look at that view up ahead. Oh my gosh. That's where I'm going over tomorrow. Right there, in between those mountains. That's where I'll be going tomorrow. And there's a nice little farm over here. Little pond. Beautiful. Get out here. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, right here on the Midstate Trail, I don't know if you can see that orange blaze on that tree or not. You heading southbound, you come down here, make a right. Now you guys followed up this road to the campground. Well, let's go find out. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Well, we made it up the hill here to the Midstate Trail, Scenic Campground, where I'll be staying tonight. And we're up here. It was a lengthy little climb, but we're up here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll check in later. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Trailbound here now at the Scenic View campground, which is on Midstate Trail. Today I started off at the New York State border and I traveled all the way down about 16 miles I did today to Scenic View campground, and you can see my setup is behind me. I'll go into further details with all my equipment in future videos, so you can check that out later on. But let's go check out these views. They look pretty nice, and there's my tent right here. So I'm just walking straight, and basically this is what I'm looking at tonight. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. Right there. Let me come out of the trees a little bit. You can see it's pretty bright still. But pretty nice, pretty nice. All right. Well, that's going to be all for tonight. Unless I get bored and I jump on and start videotaping again. But that's going to be probably the end of day 1. And tomorrow we'll start day 2 of my hike. But really, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.